Welcome back to the Infiniti Network. My name is Zach, and today I'm going to show you how to install cats on a G37 Coupe. First things first, we're going to start by pulling the Y-Pipe out so that we can replace the high flow cats with smog legal cats. So they have 14s, it looks like, in the rear, and then up here, up top, these are 15s. So on stock cats, they are just going to be 14s, all 6 of them, because there's 3 on each side. They're just going to be all 14s, and as well as down here. So we will start by pulling the Y-Pipe out with these bolts and then move on to the cats. Yeah, so these ones are 15s and then those ones are 16s. Normally this Y-Pipe is a factory Y-Pipe. So it will have studs back here where these are 3 nuts and bolts. So you won't have to deal with the different size bolts. When you do in the aftermarket Y-Pipe, usually they don't have any studs on them whatsoever, as well as the cats. They don't have any studs. Factory cats, they have 14 studs right here as well as back here. Always make sure that you label your hardware or remember where it went so that you do not forget. So when I'm removing these, I will just leave one in the back and then one in the front, and then I'll just remove the rear one, hold the Y-Pipe, and take this front one off. So I took the nut off of this one already, so that it was easier to remove, and then you can kind of just let that sit there. Since it doesn't have the studs like the factory cats do, it makes it a little bit harder. And then the Y-Pipe is out. And then we are going to start with the O2 sensors. This is in the factory location, just like any other cats. Just unplug. Just like that. And then you can just let them hang. And we'll start by pulling all of the exhaust bolts off of the manifold, and the cats will come out. Yeah, so. Oh. And that one is snapped. That's really good. Oh, no, it's not. It's a, look at the bolt in it. Wow. So remember how you said it didn't sound good? That was the culprit.
Bolts are loose.
Bolts are loose. And you can see all the, like the charcoal black. Not good. So put these guys over here. And take this one out. That car sounds so good. And the second one is out. Then we're gonna grab the O2 sensor socket, or a 22. So this is an O2 sensor socket. It's slit down the side so that obviously you can get around the wire like this and not destroy it. People might call me crazy for doing it with an impact, but that's fine. Now we are going to pull the passenger side one off of here. Okay. And then on all the threads of the cats, I like to put anti-seize, just so we don't have any problems. And if they do come off again, then they're easier to come off next time. The next part is going to be putting the O2 sensors back in. You can take a little bit of anti-seize on these as well. Okay, we can grab the O2 sensor socket, flip them on their side. Make sure that it's tight. Next, we will just go ahead and grab the cat. Grab one of your bolts. O2 sensor is always on the inside of the car. And these have the crush ring gaskets on them. So I'm not forgetting a gasket. And there's also one at the bottom from the back. There is the top. Okay, we'll grab the second cat. This one as well has the crush ring on it. Now this top one is a little bit more tricky because we got the steering shaft on this side. So I gotta find, we'll go over here. Okay. And just like I said before, all these ones are gonna be 14s now, just like factory. We'll tighten the top one first. Same on this side. And the O2 sensors we can go ahead and put back where they go. Bam, just like that. Then we'll go ahead and tighten the bottom ones. This side has a lot more room. Make sure they're tight or you will have an exhaust leak. Let me grab a 14. And this one is going to be a little bit trickier. This was a flexible head 14. It's a 14-12 combination. These are mountain ones, but as long as it has a flex head, then you'll be able to get it. Alright, and then for the top 14 that's in the corner, you have to remove the intakes on either side so that you can put an extension all the way down and tighten them from the top. If you can get it from the bottom, I'll be wildly amazed. This is the easiest way, and it takes less than 3 minutes or whatever that it takes to take the intakes off. You're going to need a pair of pliers, 10 mil and an 8 mil. And first you're going to go ahead and pull the MAF wire off. And I like to just tuck them right there. And then same thing on this side. Just tuck it right there. Then for the 10 mil, there's one on the passenger side. Then one for the air box on the passenger side. And then only one single one on the driver's side. And you grab your 8mm. 8mm or a flathead. 8 mil is easier. And just take that guy off. And I just pop these up. And out of the way. Sometimes you need the pliers. Sometimes you don't. This one, all you have to do is pinch it and open it up and you can pull it off, or you can pull it off from either one of these sections. And it just goes onto the valve cover right here. So passenger side is off, and then driver's side, this one's a little bit easier to access. It's just right here. And you pull it up and loosen this one, and then pull that one out. Sometimes the bushings are gone on the frame rail, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. But they just come right out. Alright, so then right down in there, you can see the 14 at the top. So I'll just go ahead and put an impact down there. And just snug them up, and then same thing on the driver's side. This one is a little bit more tricky because if you can't see it really, but the steering shaft is down in there, and it is tricky sometimes. You can't really see it, but it's down in there. Get this one situated. Put the wires back on, and then we'll just tighten up that 8, put the 10mm back in. We'll do passenger side, same thing. You want to try to put this one on first, onto the valve cover, and put that one in. Grab your 210s, put them back on. We'll go ahead, tighten up the intakes, put this mass airflow sensor wire back on, tighten up the 10 mils. Same thing on this side. Now that the intakes are back on and the top cat bolt is tight on both sides, we can go back up. Okay, now that the cats are in, this is a cat bracket, so it holds it into the cats into position. So you'll slide it onto these studs that are right there. Thread these ones in a little bit. And then it's got two 14mm nuts right here. And then we'll just go ahead and snug those ones up, make sure that they're tight. Now we can go ahead and put the Y-Pipe back on. And these ones, like I said before, these ones have studs now since they're factory catalytic converters. Okay, now we can grab our ISR Y-Pipe. This guy will slide right up in there. Now that we will just tighten these ones up and the Y-Pipe will be back installed. That is going to sum it up on how we replace catalytic converters on a G37 Coupe.